Welcome to today's episode. I am so thankful that you are tuning in and giving me so much love in my messages. Today, I have an announcement before we get started. Young Granny Show merch is coming, and we're going to start off with your very own comfort cup. So I have two designs coming. This first one is, it says the Comfort Cup Club. It's got a vase of flowers and of course, a comfort cup on the comfort cup. And it says Young Granny Show. This one features some really pretty pastel colors. Um, so, Comfort Cup Club. And then the second one features a young granny on there. When I showed this design on Instagram, I got a lot of messages saying, hey, that looks like me. So it says the Young Granny Show and has a young granny on it on the front and the back. And both of these cups will come in 11 and 15 ounces. So whatever you want to pour in there, you'll have room. I'm also playing around with another Young Granny Show mug with the accent colors on the inside. These are available today in my Etsy shop. So if you want to go ahead and purchase, I will put the link down below in the show notes. You can also head over to my Instagram page at any time for any links that I've ever mentioned. So Instagram handle is Young Granny's Show. Time for the giveaway. So starting today, August 19th, running through next Tuesday, August 26th, 2025. If you share a screenshot of a review that you have left on whichever platform you prefer to listen or watch, whether that is watch on YouTube, listen on Spotify, listen on Apple Podcasts, or whatever other platform, again, send me a message with a screenshot of your review. I will put that into a random name generator and at random pick a winner to receive one of these comfort cups. So let me know if you have any questions, and on with today's show. Welcome to the Young Granny Show. I'm your host, Brittany. We're skipping the midlife crisis and diving straight into the cozy world of all things Young Granny. I will highlight artists and creators who share their passion for slow living, creativity, and the art of a handmade life. So grab your yarn, a cup of tea, and let's get started. Today we have Miss Melissa from Melissa Made That on our episode. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
I'm so excited to chat with you today.
Very excited. I'm always here for chatting. I love chatting.
Yes. Tell us, what do you have in your comfort cup today?
In my comfort cup?
Yeah, which is
I
beautiful.
really pretty cup. I actually dropped it on the floor this morning on accident while I was recording a voice memo. So the Matt chat got a real funny voice memo where I said no choice bad words. Thank God he was with
Yes.
me, my tongue, and I'm so proud of myself. But I lost an entire cup of coffee, but he saved my cup. So Jesus does love me. I just think that we should recognize those moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have an espresso. I don't know, some kind of strong. I think it's called Stormio.
Yeah.
Then I have my water.
Nice.
I have to drink big cups of water because I don't hydrate as much as I should in the summer. Weirdly enough, I hydrate more in the winter.
You know, I do too.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've asked my coach at my gym about this, and I don't understand it because we should feel more dehydrated in the summer because we're so
Right.
crazy, especially when it's 1,017 degrees. But yeah, so this is probably a bad idea because I'll be more fast talky, Gilmore Girlsy than usual, but fine, you know.
It's great. It's entertaining. It's all
Yep,
good.
whatever for.
Where did you find that cup? Because I know you collect mugs, handmade mugs, but
I
some
do.
of them are like the
This is
wonderful TJ
this
Maxx.
this is an OG Anthropologie, back when Anthropologie really beautiful mugs. I have
Yeah.
well, I can't get this anymore. It's very much discontinued, but it always these look like little eyeballs to me. I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
But I love this mug, and I would have been heartbroken probably trying to glue it back together,
Yeah.
crying on the floor like, "No, my mug, oh
Yeah.
my." So I would have been like my husband would come home, "Ace, you have to fix." my emotional support mug. Melissa, 73 mugs. I don't care.
But this one. Yes.
But yeah, I do have handmade ones. And this happened to be the one I grabbed this morning before I jumped in the car to take the kid to school. So
Yes. Wait, are you an open mug in the car person?
I'm a rebel.
Oh
I can
my gosh.
do it, but only on school drop offs because it's like 30-minute round trip, very short. If we're going to do longer things like go to a session or something like a photo session or something, this is not happening. That
Okay.
the risk is too great. And do not risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
We what will happen. And I have had many spills, but yeah, every time I show drinking a mug open in the car, if I do like a mug shot in the
Yeah.
mat, they'll go, "Are you an open mug? Oh my
Yeah.
God." Like, yes, open mug unite. It's like the rebels. Said, I just don't have time. I don't want to. I don't want to transfer it, and I don't like drinking out of like Yeti to go mugs at home. It feels
Yeah.
wrong. So I just risk it, and I have definitely had to do some cleanups and everything in my car. I don't know how much coffee stain is in my carpet in my car, but
I I applaud y'all that do that, but I actually even I never knew that was a thing. So mats, if you don't know what a mat is, Melissa, on her crochet account, Melissa made that. Um, she has created this incredible community. Do you want to talk about it really quick?
the community was there. I didn't
You
create.
facilitated it. You
I
facilitated the community to join.
I certainly created a space for the community to gather in one
Yes.
place. So I can't take credit for the awesomeness of the
You
community.
absolutely can take credit.
Well, I don't do I feel very like up on my high on myself if I say stuff like that. People will be absolutely rolling their eyes. Oh my God, Melissa.
I will say it for you.
If you want, I can tell the origin though.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a fun. Some people who are in the mats, which stands for Make-a-thon,
Make-a-thon.
very
Yep.
simple. I get people. I'm getting more and more new people now. I think we have 15 or 17 new people in the mat group this week. And it's so fun when we get new people because we have
Yeah.
such a core group of like 50 to 80 that are pretty good on their rotation and they show up and they're OGs. I've got some people who are back at the original. And I forget that as these grow, we get new people, as we have new designers that come in that I haven't maybe partnered with before. We get all these newbies, and it's fun because we don't hold back when we're in there. We're psychotic, we're fun, we're crazy. Throw down all the gifts slash gifs, however you choose to say
Yeah.
it. Sometimes we're mildly inappropriate because we're moms and we need to like hang loose and let some of that crazy out, but it's very in a very fun way. Hashtag Matt's
Yeah.
After Dark.
Yes.
Um, but also having like some really healing moments that we've gone through in there.
Oh my
From
gosh.
I
So
don't
much.
even want to get into
Yeah.
like all of those, but you can go back and look at the reels and you'll see some of the really interesting things. Most notably, we did Worthython in May because it was Mental Health Awareness Month, and that was really a really beautiful like healing. I feel like kind of mad. I just watched the reel for that the other day and got all emotional and happy seeing people show their faces and what the word they were worthy of. But it started, I was in a group of stash busters in September, which we're coming up on September. It's been almost a year since this happened. And we were doing whatever the Stash Buster calendar is. I think there's an official account that does like you stash bust and you make this every day. And
Yeah.
I found that I just bought more yarn, so it didn't really work for me because I was like, I don't have that yarn. I should buy yarn to make this.
Yep.
But one challenge where it was like make a dino in a day. So this group of gals, about 8 of us, we decided, okay, we'll make a dino. And then I guess I probably said something like, oh, we should do a reel showing our dinos and our stash buster. And that's what I did. And I tagged them, and you can go back and see that one. And I've got all the girls tagged in it. And it was really small. It wasn't meant to be a make-a-thon. It was literally just a stash busting challenge.
Yeah.
And then I guess I said at the bottom, at the very bottom, I said, should we do more challenges like this? And people said, yes, I'd love to do something like this. And I think just the idea went from there, like, okay, well, let's do a make-a-thon. So cows were really big at the time. I think I was making a cow for someone for a commission. I said, who wants to make some cows?
Yeah.
And people signed up. And I think I had 40 to 50 people already in that first makeathon. And that mat was what kicked it off. And they were like, we need to do this again. I said, okay. And that's just how it started. There was no plan, there was no layout. It's not usually how I work, anyways. I like just to fly off the cuff and say, cool, this is a great idea. Let's just go do it. Not to say that I don't give thought to things. I
Yeah.
do. If something is a fun idea and there's nothing that's going to harm anyone in doing it, you should just do it.
Yeah.
Making a reel, I don't really think about the reels I make. If they're crazy looking, it's because I did it in one take. All of the mat reveals and stuff like that, it's one take. I sit down and I splice it together afterwards and say, I'm sure I got something that's usable, and there it is.
Yeah.
I that we overthink things too much in the creative space, and you just shouldn't.
Yeah.
And because creativity is supposed to be fun.
Yes.
So that's how it started.
I
And
love that.
I looked in the date, it's like September 23rd or something like that. So end of September, we will
Oh
be
my
coming
gosh.
on a year. And I have a mat going, I know, planned for that time period. And I think it's going to be pretty amazing. And I can't say what it is yet. It's going to be very good. It's going to be a very good one. And it is a collab. And
Oh, exciting.
I think it's going to be one of those that fills up in
Oh my gosh, I can see it on your face.
like 44 seconds. It's going to be just
Yeah.
like done over.
Yeah.
Got to close the comments. So I'm going to be like, refresh. Oh crap. Very excited. Oh, the designer's really excited. It's going to
Yeah.
be thing. And yeah. So that's how it started.
That's
I
a
don't
big
know.
deal.
Yeah. It's been a very crazy blessing to me. I know people have, I think the best thing that has happened throughout it has been when people have messaged me and told me I didn't have anybody. I
Yeah.
felt alone. I felt like I wasn't seen, and I didn't have friends. Come to find out, a lot of crocheting moms, especially, not to say that we aren't friends with non-mothers. We
Right.
are, all ages, but I think it's very common for moms, especially who don't have jobs. We're at home. If you even have a job like me, but I stay at home.
Yep.
You don't have a lot of outside going out socialization, even though you
Yeah.
have friends, you don't get out much, I guess. And that's, I think, been a real cool thing, is seeing how this community, who nobody knows each other for the most part and sees
Yeah.
each other on a weekly basis, are friends like we've known each other for 10
Yeah.
years. And
Yeah.
that's hard. You know, we go from growing up, don't talk to strangers online, to being, oh, my best friends are online. What?
Yeah.
So it's been very, very cool to get those messages. I've cried a lot of tears when people have said, you know, these, I think one person even said these mats kind of saved me a little bit. And I'm like, oh my God, like something that seemingly is so small and so random can mean so much. And then in return, the blessing that I've received in knowing that I've gained so many friends, because I could get real personal and be like, I didn't grow up with a lot of people seeing me as just like, it's okay to accept me like as
Yeah.
I'm big, I'm too much, and that's okay. But I didn't know that when I was a teenager, so had a lot of scar tissue from that.
Mm-hmm.
And this group of people were all so different, and it's okay. Nobody is
Yeah.
being judged like, oh, I can't handle you. And it's like, you're not somebody's cup of tea. That's okay too. But
Yeah.
we're all so different in
Yep.
there. You know? And nobody has ever done anything to give me cause to say you can't be in a makeathon anymore.
Yeah.
Not one person. And I always say, be nice or I will kick your booty out. Like there will be no second chances. If you cannot be kind, you're out. I'll
Yeah.
send you a message and say, sorry, you can't be a part of these. And I'm, you know, I'd give you a second chance, but you get a warning at the beginning. Be kind, or I'm going to rewind you right out of here. Like,
Yep.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it's been a true blessing. Like the community has, dog making an awful noise. It's been a blessing too. There's been certain times where people have gone behind my back and planned things to, it's weird to talk about this, but to celebrate me when I
Yep.
feel so weird. I'm like, don't look at
We
me.
love to make you feel like
But it's
the chats.
at the same time though, it's like, wow, I feel seen now. And
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed that until
Yeah.
they've gone and done it. And I've saved literally every single screenshot that people shared when they did, what was it, Melly Monday or something
Yes.
like
Melathon.
Mellathon Monday. I don't
Melathon Monday. Yeah.
was so sweet and so kind. And I literally have every single story that somebody shared. Any person who shared something and said something, I have saved them to my phone and I have them in an album so that if I ever feel like I'm not enough or I'm not feeling good about myself, I can be like, you know what? There's these people over here that said these kind words. So for me, if you think something kind about someone, I feel like you should say it.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. I don't care if you like someone's eyelashes. I don't care if you think their makeup looks on point that day. If you think it, I think you should say it if it's
Yeah.
kind.
Yep.
I feel like those makeathons have really brought people together and it's been a blessing to me. And this account has become way more than I ever anticipated it being. I did not expect, I expected just to kind of, okay, cool. I'll make some crochet stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
And now look,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of best friends I've never met in real life.
I know. I know. I joined one on a whim. And before I go into that, I want to say if you are not a crocheter and you're listening to this, if you embroider, if you are knitting, if you paint, um, I highly encourage you to do this in your niche. Be the Melissa. Do a make-a-thon for your niche because
I agree.
um, I in interviewing people in different granny hobbies, um, the common theme is the community online is so wonderful.
Yeah,
You can make it exponentially more wonderful and create such a community. Um, go do this. Go do
I,
this.
I agree.
Um,
Yeah, if you feel moved and stirred to be that person, obviously it does take a certain personality.
yeah,
I don't think you can be too introverted because you
yeah,
do have to put yourself out there initially. You have to be the leader that does it. And obviously I have no problem talking. I have a filter, but I think that if you filter yourself too much, you can't be fun, you know?
yep,
So be genuine, just show the love of what you do and don't overthink it.
yep. Don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. But
So rated.
um,
Not 10 out of 10, don't recommend.
yeah,
You'll lose yourself and your genuineness if you overthink
yeah,
and trying to be perfect, because I'm telling you, I said it in the beginning, like perfection is not relatable. It being imperfect, being, not put together, not having your eyebrows, filled in,
yep,
that's relatable. Okay. You
yep.
don't log into this podcast and be like, oh my gosh, so she does all this and she's got a price. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yep,
Uh, no, I just covered up a few blemishes in the dark circle so we could be camera ready. And that's
yep.
it. I didn't even change my earrings. All right. Like, no.
No, you brushed your hair. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a huge, I appreciate that you show up that way online every day, all day is just authentic to you. I do, I do gravitate to those creators right now in my, especially in like a chaotic time in my life that are showing up like I show up in life. And that's why I show up very intentionally in this podcast and online in the same way. I don't wear makeup like ever. I used to. Now I don't ever. So I
Right.
don't wear makeup when I record, right?
Yeah.
Um yeah, if I'm recording a reel for like my crochet account, blanket reveals or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm just coming home from the gym. So you see me in my sweaty gym clothes, right? Like
Yeah, I'm in my leg something. I forget and I don't take my watch off of my ankle and people think I have a house arrest bracelet. Like, oh, that's why she does so much stuff because she's like under house arrest. No, it's just my watch. I'm getting my steps. Okay. I'm sorry. Um,
I've never noticed that before.
it
That's
did happen
hilarious.
a few of the earlier reels I've done. I try to remember now to take it off because it does
Yeah.
raise questions like 'cause that's not normal. And I was like, I want to be real, but also like don't need people assuming I've got a house arrest bracelet
Right.
on.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Um, the only thing I do with my reels too, I have one filter or whatever that I use, but it's only because it creates continuity with the color
Yep.
and it doesn't change really that much. The one thing it will change is that if I don't have my lashes on, because I do
Yeah.
wear lashes that I keep on, I don't put them on every day. I'm not that extra, but it'll kind of add them there if they're not there. So I
Yeah.
will it on my reels, I do, but for my stories, I try to be pretty pretty non-filtery. And if I do add a filter, I'll actually say it at the beginning,
Yeah,
like,
you do.
girl has a filter going on today because your girl don't look right. All right.
Yeah.
Feeling a little self-conscious,
Yeah.
but normally it's whatever. It took me many, many years to get past that, but I have an excellent esthetician and she keeps me looking about 33 years old, 34 years old. We'll keep it there. And I feel like people need to know that like aging is actually okay. I need to know aging is okay. And as a photographer, I pride myself in not making people look like what they're not.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with finessing a photo. Obviously, that's what you want in a professional photo, but I'm not going to make everybody look like a Barbie doll either.
Yeah.
I want people to be themselves, just the best version.
Yeah.
Like you on your very best day, that's what you look like on your photos as far as the very best day feeling you have. Like, got ready, I go into church,
Yeah.
I look fresh, yeah, that's what I want for people.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Be authentic to you. It's important. I think people struggle, especially online, because online lives forever, right?
Yes.
That's a permanent thing. So you want to show up your best.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your best isn't always authentic,
Yeah.
you know? So there's certainly a time and a place, but also like you want to be able to look back and see like that was me,
Yeah.
not that was, curated.
Yeah. It takes a lot of practice too. You
Yeah.
just have to make yourself do it and then you realize I'll actually find myself kind of swiping left on that first filter, the Paris filter that just softens you just a little bit. I almost did it today actually. I posted a photo of wearing this and I was like, "Oh my gosh, all posh on the top is like don't ask to see the bottoms," And I looked fine. The light is really pretty in here. It looks great. It's even lighting and I almost did the Paris filter and I said, "No."
Yeah.
Because I pride myself on habitually being authentic if I can do it. 93% of the time we'll throw a fun number out there. And I said, "No, people need to see what real is and that's how are you going to profess to be authentic unless you actually do it."
Yeah.
So, I may
Yeah.
wear makeup and I don't think there's anything wrong with that,
No.
but don't make that something that you feel like you have to do when you go to the grocery store and
Right.
stuff. Just nobody cares but
No.
you. Literally, you're the only one that cares that much. And if anybody does care that much who doesn't know you, they need to absolutely check themselves and see how they're judging the world. So that's not a you problem, that's a them problem that they need.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I often find like I did this. I was watching some YouTube um videos the other day and some reality show. I don't remember what it was. And I was like, I catch myself now thinking like, what would I bet that person would look gorgeous with no makeup on.
Yeah, I find myself thinking that too, thinking, wow, there's so much done. And I think, man, wonder what they look like just fresh faced.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the weirdo. That sounds like a creep because I photograph people and have been for 23 years of my life, almost 24. Um, I find myself looking at people going, "Oh my gosh, I want to photograph them," but they're like a perfect stranger that I see in the grocery store, and I can't say that to them because it would be weird. Okay, that fuckery strange, but I see people differently. I think because of being a photographer, I literally look through a different lens through my
Yeah.
and it's a bizarre feeling though because I'll lean over to my husband and go, "Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I would love to photograph them." And he's so used to it by now. He just says, "Babe, you can't say that to other people. They're gonna think you're weird. You're gonna get arrested." He doesn't say that, but I think to myself, I could totally get arrested. This is not the world that I used to live in where I can just say things like that. But
Yeah.
fortunately, I get to work with really beautiful people all the time, because
Yeah.
and pretty much everybody as long as they're not ugly in the inside. And
Right. And
I,
that shows.
I get to take pictures of beautiful people all the time. So, wish fulfillment and not in a creepy way. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I yeah. I I also think that aging is beautiful.
it should be. It
It
should be.
should be. And I never when I was younger, I never like thought about it. And
Yeah.
as I age myself, um, I think about it now all the time. And having gone through life and understanding how that affects our skin and our hair and our bodies and seeing it reflected in other people my age, seeing it reflected in older women, I'll just talk about women.
Mhm.
I've like our bodies and our skin and our hair tell such a story of our life, and I'm I have felt really drawn to that over the past couple years, especially since having a baby and
Oh,
having that massive transition and pride for the first time in my body, right? Just pride. Um, and then seeing that,
yeah.
recognizing that in other women, it's like the shackles of society's, wear makeup, do your hair to go to the grocery store, like
Yeah,
that came
it
off. And
does. It does. It's been it's been 9+ years since I had my daughter, and it really will. In my 30s, I felt very free because I had her when I turned 30.
yeah,
After I turned 30, and that was a huge difference from my 20s. I had so many shackles on me from societal norms
yep,
of what
yep,
magazines were telling me and what, be skinny but eat the cake.
yeah,
Oh, but you're flawless, but you should have this makeup. And
yeah.
the 90s were hard, man.
Oh
That was
my gosh.
a
Yeah,
teenager.
yeah,
And I was 15 when the year 2000 came around. So as a preteen, I was in the late 90s and then was coming into my late teens to 20 in the early 2000s. And that span of 10 years from 95 to 2005 was very skinny central. It was
yeah,
very your body this, your body that. I had an eating disorder, which I cannot remember the name for, but it's not anorexia, it's not bulimia. But people who know the disorders, it's basically when you think about food all the time. Like you don't. I didn't eat. I ate too little, but I would eat.
yeah,
But I think about food and the
yeah,
consequence of food
yeah.
and what the food was going to do. And
Orthorexia, is that
is
what
it?
it is?
Say it again.
Orthorexia?
Orthorexia. I
Yeah,
do. I knew it started with an O. Yeah,
yeah,
it's not an actual, like, I didn't throw food up, I didn't do anything like that, but it's still an eating disorder.
yep,
I had an eating disorder that I struggled with literally until probably 3 years ago,
yep,
and I struggled with it for over 10 years, probably longer if I could have identified it at some point,
yeah,
where, religiously think about, okay, if I go out to eat, I have to plan to do this, and is this too many carbs, and should it be cauliflower pizza crust? And now I don't do any of that anymore. I know what's healthy for me. I have a healthy lifestyle. I work out 4 to 5 days a week. I have a coach who keeps me level headed and tells me, like, hey, things are fine. You're not going to fall apart. He told me to eat more and told me to never eat that little again.
yeah,
And I pay to trust him and have trusted him for 5 years of my life, and given my health over to him basically to instruct. It has been very freeing, and it's hard though as a woman, especially in this age grouping, um, to break yourself free from
yeah.
that. So orthorexia, I believe, is the exact term, and it's something that is not talked about enough
It's not.
because you also tend to think that you look in the mirror and you do see something differently. I There's a word for that too, and I'm just blank
Body
today.
dysmorphia. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
body dysmorphia and orthorexia, like both of.
Can you tell I have experience with those things?
Yes, it's not it's common. It's just
Yeah,
like you could talk about people struggling with fertility. That
yep,
was a thing for a long time when I was trying to get pregnant. Wasn't talked about enough.
right.
Thought I
Yep,
was alone, thought I was the underdog in the whole situation. Well, come to find out, infertility is actually something that people don't talk about enough because they
right.
feel shamed and they
Yep,
feel alone. It's like,
yep,
hello, you're not alone. So when it happened to me, I would talk about it.
yeah,
And then I realized, oh my God, thank God I talked about it because I have so many people I know who struggled with this in one way or another.
yeah,
So if you're watching this and you struggle with the food thing and, just thinking about food all the time, recognize that that could be something that you're struggling with. Talk to a professional. And I am self-diagnosed and I am not diagnosing you, not a doctor. Where's the disclaimer? She's not a doctor. But I do know from someone who is a professional I talked to recently, and I won't name her name because I don't want people coming after her, like, for whatever, but she is well informed and discussed it with me, and not as a diagnosis because we don't do that. That's, again, I like to
Yeah.
protect people, but just as a friendly discussion. She
Yeah.
said, that sounds like
Yeah.
this. Wonder if you didn't struggle with that. And I looked it up and said, oh my God, yep,
Yep.
self-diagnosed
There it is.
anorexia.
Yeah.
But now I eat the cake and I don't feel badly about it. Every once in a while I have to check myself, but I have a great husband who thinks I'm gorgeous and wonderful the way I am and tells me all the time and gives my butt a good healthy smack still while I brush my teeth and foam at the mouth,
Yeah.
because that seems like a great time to do that, like, hey babe, it's like, thanks. Hey, Dr. Cheryl.
Yeah. Right.
Like, why? Why can't you do this when I'm like not got a toothbrush hanging out of my mouth and I'm not drinking toothpaste?
I just had a Matt after dark thought. You've got a toothbrush in your mouth. You've got movement in your mouth.
Oh God. It's probably a
Did I make that PG enough with a wink?
it's a subconscious thing. Oh my gosh, my husband, I swear. He's in the behind the scenes. Sometimes you'll see him. He is in. I am wearing this bolero in a really cute reel. Actually,
It's so cute.
it's one of my favorite empowering reels because I watch it whenever I'm starting to feel a little like about myself. I'll go watch it and go, "Dang, girl, you look good."
Yeah.
By the way, we have to shout out. This is the Zephyr by JB Baby Designs. My girl Letty, I love
Yeah.
her. Like, easiest thing in the world to make. Oh my God, I love it.
I know. I have it. It's just one of those. I'm like, I'll make that today, and then I get distracted, and then
You literally, when you get started though, it's a
Yeah.
mindless. That's what's so great about it. Easiest wearable I think I've ever made. But yeah, he comes in the back of the video, literally, because I make my videos right here with all this beautiful light, and he comes out behind me and gives me a good snuggle, and I didn't really have to convince him to act at all. He's
Yeah.
totally feeling me up a little bit. So,
Yep.
but he's adorable. Yeah. And then Jules, of course, she's the unofficial. I think she's the reason people are still hanging out with me on my account. It's just so they can see what Jules does next, because she is all about like, my reel has this many views, mommy.
Aw.
Your only has this many views. I'm like, when
Yeah.
did it become a competition?
Right?
More popular than me, okay? You did. And she literally will call me in and be like, mommy, I'm doing this in the right lighting. Do you want to come and take a reel?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
We have to totally damper down this expectation you have, child. Okay.
Well, it's hilarious because you're a photographer. You're a photographer by day and a hooker by night.
I am.
So you've got like
Clarify that.
lighting.
We're not crocheters. She's a hooker by night and got her.
She's a hooker by night. You're a happy hooker by night. Juliet, you're a photographer, but you also like need good lighting for reels and all that stuff. So like she's growing up with like lighting is everything. So that's hilarious.
She knows. She's very aware of what the good lighting is. I mean, I had her in here and I'd already done everything I needed to do, but she said, mommy, I'm almost finished with this. And I'm doing it in the light. She said that to me this morning. I had everything set up here because I knew it was the good lighting for you, mom.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I'm so proud, but
Yeah.
also exhausted at the same time. So she's great. I know some people are not all about showing their kids on the internet, but I gave it a lot of thought the first reel that we had her do, or I had her do. And I talked to my husband. I said, do you think it's okay? I don't want to exploit her, but also
Yeah.
she's joy in my life. And she's such a presence that I want people to be blessed by her. Like I'm blessed by her. And I feel
Yeah.
like she's such a little heavenly light, and literally like professes Jesus every second of the day, except when she's being a little turd, which she's just a kid. So that's fair.
Fine. Yeah.
But still will find joy in so many things. She sees hearts everywhere. Hence, there's the puff stitch clusters in her pattern because they look like hearts. And
Yeah.
kid finds hearts everywhere. She'll bring me a coffee that she wants to make for me. Yes, she likes to make me coffee. And she'll say, mommy, look, the foam has a heart in it.
Oh.
And so she'll see that everywhere. She's found stones that are shaped like a heart. It's just beautiful. And so she just loves on people. And because of her joy, it's so infectious. I've had people tell me that. And I told my husband, I know there's perverts out there. I know
Yeah.
there's psychotic people.
Yep.
I not, but he said, just make sure she's in the right clothes. You can't stop people from being who they are. You'd have to just be off the internet completely. And
Yeah.
that is not to say,
Yeah.
let me say, that is not to say that people who do protect their children by keeping no pictures, no videos, I respect that so much. And I do want to just kind of like said that I struggled with that. I had to really pray about it and think about it, but I realized that she is such a part of me. And I feel like she's just as much a part of this community of crocheters as I am, that it she deserved to continue to do reels and have fun. And I think people get a good laugh and a good smile out of her presence because she
Yeah.
is totally her own little person.
Yeah.
Even though she's my mini,
Yeah.
she's her own thing. I mean, one day she'll probably spawn off and have her own account when she's like 16 years old or something. That will be very, very overmanaged by me. But I can see that happening, where she just wants to create her own content for fun. But
Yeah.
that's for, 8, 9 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a tough decision, and you can always change your mind, right?
Yeah.
Either way, you can always change your mind. Um,
I feel like as long as she's appropriately dressed and
yeah.
I'm not putting something out there that can be easily misused. I
Yes.
know it's a hard topic to talk about, but it exists. And
Yep.
like I've said, I don't think that covers should be thrown over things that are taboo and shouldn't be.
Right.
Just like creepy people out there. I dealt with one when I was 18 years old myself, who was absolutely a total pedophile. And I was not the subject of anything bad that happened, nothing scarring or anything, but he was absolutely someone that I worked with. He got fired for something else, but we found out that he was a horrible person and
Yeah.
had that feeling of
Yeah.
knowing that was a thing. I had that intuition even at the time. And yeah, it wasn't good. So I know those people exist,
Yeah.
but I shine my daughter in the best light possible. And I feel like she is a light for the Lord. And I am not going to put, as they say, a bushel over that light. I'm
Yeah.
going to have that light of her professing she loves Forrest Frank. Usually we put Forrest Frank songs over her reels because she loves Forrest Frank. And yeah. So, anyways, I could go on about her.
Yeah.
She's a doll.
One thing that I applaud you for, enjoy, you are clearly very intentional in how you involve her in your account. And all of the reels that she's been a part of or any photographs, you can tell that she's probably directed it. And it's her choice, right?
Yes.
And
Very that
like she's 9, so
Yeah.
her choice, when she's older, she may look back and be like, "Oh man, I would have made a different choice." However, like you just said, like none of what is posted could be harmful or
Exactly.
misused.
Exactly.
So,
All
it's not, you're not posting her in her bathing suit and stuff, so she's not going to look back when she's older and be like, "Oh man, I wish I hadn't done that," even though it was my choice at the time. I was so little and immature, and I didn't know
Yeah.
all of the reels that all of the content that she's in. It's very
It's very intentional how
it's very intentional.
normally in her pajamas or something, to be
Yeah.
honest. I don't even normally have her change clothes.
Yeah.
It's really just hanging out. A lot of them, I'm telling you, if you watch the reels, you'll notice she's in PJs or she's in this dress maybe that we came from church that day because that
Yeah.
day that I maybe put makeup on. So, we'll do a couple of content things for the day. And
Yeah.
it's very low key. The most recent one she had Premier yarns all over her. She's in actually a shirt that matches the yarn, which looks intentional, but it was a complete coincidence. I didn't even notice it till after I did the pictures. I really try not to, like I said, I try not to put a lot of thought into it. The
Yeah.
only thought is sometimes I'll like tickle her or I'll make her laugh or do something. I took some pictures of her the other day. I did some content and she said, "Mommy, if you tickle me, it'll make me laugh." And I'm like, she's learning. What is it? Like eventually if she could hold the camera straight, I'd have her do some stuff for me and take
Yeah.
he does this kind of thing still.
Yes.
And like, babe, people are going to get really sick.
Sick.
So But yeah, I'm glad that people enjoy her and everybody calls her Jules and, have
Hmm.
say your Minnie, she really is your Minnie or something. So she's Jules, Juliet, Minnie, whatever people want to
Yeah.
go. But yeah, she loves y'all. She loves being a part of it and wants to see cute things. Anytime someone makes one of her blanket, her pattern, she just her mouth drops open and
Oh,
she knows it's hers, and
yeah.
she's very grateful for everyone
How
who's
special.
about her pattern, the
Yeah.
Julie. So yeah,
Okay, let's get into that. So you have always been, as long as I have followed you, you have been known as the blanket queen.
I'm a blanket queen though.
No, the,
there's a lot
the.
of there's a lot of blanket queenies out there I
Yeah,
can with, but
there's a lot,
it's
but
a self not a self-given title. It's been one that's been bestowed.
we gave it to you.
Yeah.
You are the blanket queen. Um, a lot of the blanket queens that are out there are blanket queens because they are designers.
Yes.
You built your blanket queen nickname by making all of these blankets that
Yes.
everybody else did.
Yeah.
However, you are coming out right now with your very first pattern
Yeah.
that
So
was inspired and made for Miss Juliet.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. Am I picking up on your emotion? I'm
it's
getting teary.
because I still don't believe it. I get like all my testers that have worked on it, that are working on it. It's very bizarre. I feel so numb about it still. Like I don't know how to feel. And I'm trying to allow myself to just like let all the emotions happen because when I sat down to do this, I had my friend over, Allie. I always get her handle wrong because she just renamed her account and it was either Beauty and the Hook or Beauty and a Hook, and I'm pretty sure it's Beauty and a Hook. But she was over the day I was working on it, and I was actually recovering from my foot surgery, and I'll always be able to timestamp when I when I look back to think when this happened. And I wanted to do a granny square because I love granny squares, and they're so easy to make. I feel like something unique and I just love granny squares. I love putting things together that are colorful and can be unique, but I had absolutely no scope of what would happen, like what is happening right now with it. It's completely mind-boggling. I wrote the pattern as I did it. I had no plan, I had no sketch. I knew I wanted to use two different stitches in the pattern. That's all I had. Um, I really don't never gave thought to how pattern mathematics work. I know it's a thing, but I didn't really think about it. So there was not a lot of prep. I didn't have anything prepped before Ellie came over to hang out with me that day. I said, you know what? Here's the yarn I'm going to use. It was this one. This is it. Still doesn't have the ends weaved in because that's true.
Yeah.
Let's be real. And this was the first square I made. Solid. I worked with a solid color. And these were the colors. Little 4x4, little fun, little cutie thing.
Yeah.
Sat down and I did the first round, and then I did the second round, and then I did the third round, and I'm writing it down, chicken scratch. I still have it written down, of course, as I go. And in about an hour and a half, I had the square
Yeah.
completely done.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened. I think I blacked out. But I didn't research other squares. I wanted to make sure I didn't have anybody else's design fresh in my mind. I know that the stitches I've used have been used in other things, but I actually had one of my testers. She did a reverse search because I don't know how to do that because I'm old
Yeah.
on the internet. And she said, I didn't see anything that came up actually that looked like it. I said, well, that's a good thing. Thanks for doing
Right.
because it's
Yeah.
happening no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think it is very unique. I think it can be changed so easily depending on color changes. We've had one of the testers did blanket yarn, which is going to go viral because everybody wants to make a Juliet in blanket yarn now, including me. I have other ideas for what to do with the square. Other people are already doing other ideas with the square. We have big surprises for the week of release that's going to just, I think, have people going really crazy with inspiration and wanting to just try things on their own with it. So and I knew I wanted to name it after her. I do have two daughters. I would like to shout out I have a stepdaughter who is 20 now, and you don't see her because she doesn't live here. So I don't get a lot of opportunity to post her, but she lives in another state with her boyfriend and his family, and love her to death. Her name is Chloe, Chloe
Hi,
Apple,
Chloe.
Chloe Apple. And I love her just as much. She just doesn't live here. So
Yeah.
I will have a design in the future that will pay homage to her name as well.
Oh,
But this one very specifically had to be Juliet because she did come from my body.
yep.
She, my mini, my exact mini, and people knew who she was. So she did get the honor of the first blanket. But it has been a crazy wild ride. I get very emotional about it. It comes in waves where every time one of my testers posts another square, I'm like, I came up with that. They're making something that came from my brain. How is this possible?
Yeah.
And yeah, now I'm addicted. So more to
Right.
come.
Yes.
More blankets,
Yes.
lots more blankets. I can pretty much say with certainty, I will never design an animal. God bless you girls who can do that. But that is not my thing. But I will make all of your animals in a world full of amigurumi or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I am your blanket goddess. So there. Oh goodness.
Um, how how has Juliet reacted to her blanket?
Oh, she loves it.
Yeah.
She actually, when she saw Emily's blanket one the other day, she specifically said, "I need you to make me one like that, Mom.
Aw,
Like, we just make a list,
right?
okay? Mommy's hand hurts." Like, oh my gosh. She's loved it. I think she's at this point, she's so blasé about it. Like, oh yeah, my blanket pattern. This is
Right?
normal. Like, I think for kids sometimes, especially her, she is so used to being now in the thick of the crochet world that she just rolls with it.
Yeah.
She's very honored though, and she is blessed by everyone who has made her blanket and will continue to be. And I can't wait to show her the reel we're going to all put together that shows all of them. And I have to remind her, like, baby, this is, people are saying your name. They're actually
Yeah.
doing what I wanted to happen. I told my real close girlfriends that knew about this at the beginning. I told them I think it would be really cool if eventually, if people were like occasionally saying, "Oh, what's on your hook today?" "Oh, I'm making the Juliet," and that's happened. And that's
Yeah.
probably like one of my favorite things is like the Juliet is a thing, and I can't help but be happy about that. I think I don't want people to think I'm all stuck up about it. I'm just really happy. I
Yeah.
think you should be happy about something that was a goal and an accomplishment that I didn't think could happen. I didn't think I was capable of. I've never been one to really be a huge dreamer. It only seems that way. I've had awesome dreams come true,
Yeah.
but not because maybe I specifically pursued too many of them. I didn't pursue this. This was something I was told by other people I should do.
Yeah.
And oh no, I could never do that. I could never. Ask some people when they watch this episode, they'll comment below and go, "Hey,
Yeah.
guess what? I was one of those people." And that would be one of them will be Lily, a fiber
Yes.
Lily. He will 100% pop down there and go, "Yeah, remember you said that you weren't gonna," she's already told me about 3 times now. "Oh, remember you were the one that said you weren't gonna write a pattern and I told you you would." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Shut up, right."
I mean, I started joining the mats in the New Year's one, I think, or maybe it was the one right before that.
Mhm.
And you were saying it then
That I wouldn't do it.
that you wouldn't do it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I didn't, well, there's so much controversy around pattern writing,
Yeah.
especially like right now. There's just too much
Yeah.
going on where people are they're either on two sides of it. They're either constantly accusing people of copying, which is wrong.
Right.
I could get on a soapbox. Maybe
Yeah.
I won't. I want to get crazy here. And then there's the other side of it where there are absolutely people out there who are just making a living off of copying other people.
Yeah.
I know of one right now that I've been noticing it a lot lately, and they're not in our mat circle of people. I'm not friends with them, but
Yeah.
I'm aware that that type of account exists. Those type of people exist, and they don't call it copying because they see a picture
Yeah.
and I didn't copy it because I didn't look at the pattern but you copied the look. So there's like trademark
Yeah.
copyright type infringement things that you're not paying attention to that really you're going to get karma's going to bust you up one day
Yeah.
for it. But then you've got people who inadvertently do it and they don't know it. And all they do is need a friendly person to say, "Hey, have you seen this person's pattern? I'm not sure if you know, but we want everyone to succeed. And they came out with this first," or blah, blah, blah. I've
Yeah.
had conversations with people about things. And if you can just be a professionally kind person about it and be truthful. But I get more frustrated with the people who cry copy
Yeah.
constantly because it's very hurtful if someone, because I've had it happen to people I respect, love, know, who would never copy anyone if they could absolutely help it.
Yeah.
And they have had that happen to them.
Yep.
And having seen it firsthand and also seen the messages, and again, there's no names being called. You could not even figure out who I'm talking about through
No.
this video. But I've seen the messages where it's more accusatory than let's talk about this
Yeah.
as kind people, designers and creators one on one, because art is very inspirational. You see something and you're inspired by it and you want to make it.
Yep.
It's really hard. Okay. If I came after everybody who had my same photography style, I would go blue in the face trying
Yeah.
to figure it out. You can't control that. It's different when you're making things and a cow is a cow is a cow. How do you make a
Right.
cow look different? But cows are really popular and you want to make money off that too. I get that. Everybody needs a job, a living. But there are things that you can do to make yourself unique. You just have to question that. It's honestly why I make blankets though, because I think that it's easier to make a blanket unique than it is to make a cow unique.
Yeah.
And I picked a cow as a random thing because I feel like there are a lot of cows out
Yeah.
there. Cows are fair, but we all love
Yeah.
cows.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it that's why I didn't want to break into designing things because I was scared that I would get come after.
Yeah.
They're coming after me.
Yeah.
I'm getting these inbox things. No, and that has not happened. I've actually had I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm not gonna name the girl specifically, but there's another girl who's coming out with something that's very cool, a very cool granny square style blanket, and I'm super excited for her. But the timing was very odd. The way it was literally just a predicament of timing.
Yeah.
There was no copying. There was no, oh, I'm going to do this because she did this. I have had a beautiful conversation that by the way, I did not instigate. I was just going to I'm just gonna let stuff happen because I'm not gonna be that person who's like, hey, you're copying me. I didn't think she was. I just thought the timing was weird. But she reached out to me and was very kind about it. And we had a great conversation and we're friends. And I'm gonna support her when her pattern comes out. She wants to support me when my pattern comes out. That's the way you do it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not hard. And
Yeah.
I think that people get a little too dramatic. And you can cut this down however you need to, girlfriend, where we remain non-culpable. But I just think that the drama needs to be cut and the kindness
Yeah.
needs to be escalated
Yeah.
because there's too much assuming going on. And you know what they say about assuming, and you can finish that old
Yes.
act in your mind. It's very true. It's hard not to, because especially I want to go listen. I wanted to go defend someone yesterday, just go right over on a post where I knew that it was very much, this account is very much copying other designers. And I wanted to be very passive aggressive and say, wow, this looks like something I've
Yeah.
actually for. But what does that say about me if I
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
whether this person is, they don't deserve that from me, a third party. There's other ways you can go about doing it. You can just go and support the person who you know is the originator even more without being passive aggressive, if you please.
Right.
I don't enjoy passive aggressiveness. I do it, but usually not publicly.
Right. Yeah.
Be aggressive. Let's
No, I mean we've all seen those posts where somebody will go to the original creator and be like, you know, this is their original.
Yeah. Like,
And then leave it at that. And you're like, huh?
you just peeled open that can of worms.
Yeah.
You're waiting for somebody else to rip the lid off. You're just
Right.
wanting drama.
Yep.
That's the way to go about it. Just go and do a support. I think I did that for tooting my own horn, but I think I did that one day for another designer that was just having a really hard time. And literally in about 60 seconds, I said, you know what? We're going to do a stories mat. Let's go.
Yeah.
Everybody, this weekend, we're making this. If you want to join in, great. Share everything on Sunday and tag the designer and tag me and I'll reshare. That was it. And that's just an easy way of saying, hey, this person's having a hard time and I think I want to uplift them. I'm sure you feel the same. Whoever wants to join, here it is.
Yeah.
And we don't have to talk about the crazy drama. People usually know what it is that's going on. They can figure it out, but I'm not going to peel back that can even more. We're just going to try to redirect it and make it something positive. Because I think you can, the older I get, I realize the more I need to try to redirect things and have a better outlook on them instead of just dwelling in the,
Yeah.
oh, well, she did this and she did this. It's like, No, the Bible even says, like, if you have an offense with someone, you should go to them.
Yeah.
You should talk about it. If that doesn't work, you need to take somebody else with you as a third party. Taking liberty with paraphrasing,
Yeah.
but you need to, somebody else go with you, and you need to talk about it, because festering and assuming and everything, it's gonna absolutely combust any kind of relationship.
Yep. And it brings you down
Oh
all
yeah.
the like it
Most
festers in you. Yeah.
mostly it tears you down more than it does the person that you're doing it about. Usually that
Right.
person is barely going on their way,
Yeah.
not knowing what's going on, and you're over here just, oh, and this person did this, and then you're
Yeah.
just carrying pieces of your soul
Yep.
slowly away. And it's like, wow, I feel like crap.
Yeah.
Well, you feel like crap because that's all you're shoveling out. You're
Yes.
not trying to find a resolution. And maybe what you're assuming is right. Maybe they are the person you think they are, but are you doing them any kind of help or helping them become a better person by tearing them down more
Right.
publicly, or throwing shade their way, or being passive aggressive by not saying their name, but hey, we know who you're talking about? I just wish that would stop.
Yeah.
This community is capable and has shown that it's capable of so much love and so much support. I know I feel it all the time. And I'm not going to be scared about saying these things like, oh, people won't like me anymore. Why will people not like me anymore? And why? Because I want to be nice to people? I'm
Yeah.
not defending copiers. I don't think people should copy. I
Right.
think it's bad. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Horrible. Stay away. But it's easier if you try to show someone kindness, not acceptance.
Yeah.
I don't accept that you're doing that, and I don't accept that it's right, but I am going to be kind to you, because if anything, you'll connect the dots somehow to know I'm friends with this person. Maybe I tested their pattern and I absolutely can see the similarities, but I'm not dragging you through the mud. People are not stupid. They're going to connect the dots and realize, wow, she's really good friends with them, but she's not being mean to me or tearing me down. But I know she doesn't buy my pattern. So there's a connection there. You got to get there, but there is a connection. And, I'm not saying that you have to go and like be super good friends with people who maybe you feel like have done someone you care strongly about. I'm not saying you have to be tight with them,
Yeah.
but if anything, just go mute their account
Yeah.
or follow them, but don't
Yeah.
block them. Just go unfollow them.
Yeah.
Block with caution. Okay. Blocking is a bit of a harsh thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to be real, all kinds of wrong for me to go and block you. Okay. That's a lot of trauma, trauma, all the things.
Right.
When you block somebody, you want them to know.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Guess what? I don't want you in my life. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's too much. I can't. Oh my gosh. I just want to play with yarn.
I know.
Yarn, okay?
Right?
I just want to make
Gosh.
dry my tears with.
With your Juliet square.
Anyways, I digress. You'll have to cut that down.
No. Mm-mm. Leaving all of it.
So much. Crystal will be happy. She loves it when nothing is filtered. So a lot of people,
We
they're
all love it. This was our earlier conversation. We all love it when it's unfiltered.
very, very unfiltered.
You can just listen to it on 1.5 speed.
There we go. Like give my voice memos, just put them on 1.5 speed, because they're usually about 2 minutes long. So just
Oh my gosh. I cannot keep them to 2 minutes. Mine are like 5 minutes long.
It's word vomit. It's
Yeah.
100%.
What is that about? Leaving a voice note. I'm not a big voice note person, and I don't know why, because I like it,
Yeah.
but it's probably because I just talk and talk and talk. And all of a sudden it's 5 minutes.
Yeah. I do it with very specific people usually too. There's a couple of people I will voice memo sometimes on the daily. Letty of JB Baby, we consistently voice memo. I think it's because we're busy and we're usually doing stuff, so we can listen and then also talk while we're still crocheting and stuff. You'd think
Yeah.
we just get a call, but it's very sporadic. Sometimes we go 3 days and then we'll respond to each other's voice memo. Kayla of Mama Made with Love, she's my voice memo sister all the time. Teeny, CC Handmade, that's my twin. She and I constantly voice memo. And yeah, there's definitely a couple of people in like my core book club group that we voice memo back and forth. And I'm always like, guys, my God, that's 3.5 minutes. I hope you put me on double speed. Like, this is a lot. I was voice memoing Allie this morning because she's busy doing things and I'm busy and I'm usually editing at my photo job. So
Yeah.
I can't type. I need to use my hands.
Yeah.
So you're going to get voice memos from me. Or if I'm driving, sometimes I'm driving. I'm like, you know what? If you want to listen, listen. You know what? They've got the transcribe button now on Instagram that you can, read it if you want to. I
Yeah.
don't going to come out clearly because I say a lot of weird stuff, but fine. I think they're entertaining.
Yes. Yes. I love them, especially in the mats.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Especially with the transcribe feature now.
Diane with all her voice. She is the queen of voice memos in the
Chet.
mat. Chet. Shy, sometimes Chet.
My autocorrect.
that's
Chet.
that's that's
Shade Chet.
that's a tongue-in-cheek reference too to why she was autocorrect Cheyenne for so long. Now it's gone one step further to where she's Chet.
Yes.
An autocorrect thing that went wrong. So yeah, nicknames are great.
I love it. Which, if you join a mat or if you make your own mat in a different niche, um, the nicknames are
Yes.
awesome. And I have a business account on Instagram, so nobody can give me a nickname, and it makes me sad. But
Yeah, people I'll go to give them a nickname and I'm like, oh no, I can't. That was a good
yeah,
one. A good nickname. And they're not immediate. Some people still have never gotten a nickname. And I tell them it's not personal. Sometimes my nicknames are stupid. I just go and sometimes I'll just put Melly something something. But
yeah,
it'll be literally something that happens and I'll say, oh, there's the nickname. There was in our Juliet group, Lori created me crochet. I didn't have a nickname for her. And I know Lori really well. She's a blanket queen herself. Very, very astute in blankets. Very good. And she had for a while, Lori is too cool, too special for a nickname because I didn't have a nickname. So that was her nickname. So I was like, well, that was fine. And then the other day she actually injured herself at a camp playing pickleball. And it came to me where Lori got herself in a pickle. And so that's her nickname now.
that's awesome.
Lori got herself in a pickle. And then she's like, oh my God, my nickname. I said, see, this is how they happen. You have a circumstance that happens or an anecdote that you'll tell me. And then boom. My current one in the mat that we're in is Will the Real, it says I'm reconnecting. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I can hear you. It'll keep going.
It's Will the Real Melly stand up? And I don't know why I did the Eminem reference. I can't remember why, but I felt like it. I think because there's usually a lot of Mels in the groups. There doesn't happen to be in this one. There's a lot of Megs and Megans, but yeah, there's a lot of Melissa, there's a Melzy, couple of Mels. And then I really go by Melissa anymore. The whole community has adopted calling me Melly, which no one called my entire 30 years of life until I met all of you. And
How funny.
I think Lily was one of the first ones to call me Melly, and Cheyenne really adopted that too. And now I get Mel's, Mel, or Melly. Hardly anyone calls me Melissa. Hardly. Some people who don't know me maybe more personally because my name is literally Melissa made that. They'll, call me that. But if you're in a mat, you eventually just start calling me Melly. I think people assume it's my name, but no one has called me that my entire life.
How funny.
Very funny. I had a few people call me Mel in tight circles, and that was as close as the nicknames got. And I always liked Mel's. So I kind of called myself that for a little bit. And I still have some people who call me that from the OG groups I was in. I had one girl the other day, Aurora. She called me Strains of Sunshine. She calls me Mel's still. That's her name for me.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. I love nicknames. If you don't have one, I'll give you one. A lot of times Brittany's will get called Brit, but I will ask first because sometimes Brittany's don't like to be called Brit. Sometimes too short or whatever, they like to be called Brittany. And I always have to double check the spelling for the love of God when it comes to all of the Britneys in my life. I'm like, is it A-N-Y? Is it N-E-Y? Is it
N-I? Yeah.
I'm like breathing into a paper bag, double check people's names on their account because sure enough, I'll get it wrong. Yeah. I'm the paranoid person with people's names. I like every time I spell, and if you do voice to text, Crystal got spelled wrong the other day. I get it. Crist. I have never fixed something so fast. She's going to come after me. She's going to burn my house down when she wouldn't. But it was like, no, it's CRY. why does talk to text not understand this?
Right? I know.
So yeah, I always have to go double check the names of my Britneys though, because I cannot keep it straight. And that's why a lot of times I'll be like, can I just call you Brit? Because
Yeah.
I know how to spell that. That
Yeah.
not wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I always ask because
That's
nicknames for it. But I am big on, hey, I'm probably gonna nickname you because it means I like you. I don't know. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. I know. I love the nicknames and I love seeing no matter how they come up, if it's a self-made nickname, if it's because of something, I love it. I'm designing my own blanket, well, two
Yay.
patterns, and my pre-testers, I was complaining, telling them, I don't know, that I can't get nicknames. Um, and then that day, I was washing a bowl and I dropped it, and it sliced my finger open.
Oh.
And I had to like right under the crease. So like
Oh.
I couldn't um my husband had just gone out of town and I was like, I think this needs stitches, but like I have my 5-year-old son with me. Like I don't want to go. Um so I got bleeding to stop, blah blah blah. But I had to bandage it so that it was hooked because I needed the skin to connect back together. And so they nicknamed me Captain Hooker. And I got my first nickname and I was so excited.
So jealous. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have one for me. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. Oh my
One for me now. Now that you've done, okay. I'll have to be Madam Hooker at some.
god. Yeah.
See, no one's seeing this yet, so
Nope.
yeah, I will have to be Madam Hooker or the Hooker Madam or something
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
that.
Ooh.
Ooh, I
You
know,
need
right?
some like velvet.
Mark, when you're a
Yeah.
madam, that's a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
some connotations.
Yes, it does.
Let me clear again that because we're called hookers because of these little guys right here, okay?
Yes.
Be clear about this. This
Yes.
is hook is, okay? We're not like hookers,
Right.
okay? It's a joke. Oh my
Good job.
god. Gosh. There- we really are terrible people like in those groups. I swear if people were a fly on the wall, so much judgment could be passed, but
So much.
it's so much
Smut books, though. Smut books play a large part in that, I think.
I don't think we should talk about that.
No, that's as far as we're going. But smut books, a lot, it's
Listen, there's
after
a line
dark, you're reading and
there's
it
a
just,
line that you can cross, and I don't think any of us have crossed that, and it's fine,
yeah,
but there's always freedom to talk about whatever you want in the mats, and that's why they're 18 and over. I hated that I had to do that, but I had to, otherwise everyone was going to have to be policed. And I know people could say, well, why do you have to do that? It's because I'm not going to be responsible for 16, 17-year-old girls or
yeah,
younger that are wonderfully talented in this
yeah,
community. But I am friends with them and I hate that they are not in the mat groups because they're so talented. Some of them are designers. I mean,
yeah,
I could name drop so many right
yeah,
now. But as a mom who's raised a 20-year-old now, who has a 9-year-old, I cannot in good conscience. I have gone to prayer about this. I cannot subject even kids who are not my child. I'm responsible in those groups. It is my responsibility to oversee what's going on in those groups. If I think that it's gone too far, if I think things are getting out of hand, if people are being unkind, it is my responsibility as the person who set it up to take ownership of that. I don't
yeah,
just forget it. I am reading everything that goes on in those groups. I don't have someone who does that for me. It's all me. And I would feel terrible if a parent of one of these 13, 15-year-old girls discovered that they were in a group where we're talking about childbirth or sex or
yeah,
problems that maybe we've encountered with certain things and we're relating. I mean, hey, these are real things, okay? I mean, it happens. And we can't feel free to talk about that. Or if we are free to talk about it, they're hearing things their ears and eyes should not see or know yet. And I'm not going to be the one that allows that to be the outlet for them. If
yeah,
their parents want to allow them an outlet, there's plenty of them out there. But as a mom, I'm going to take responsibility and ownership for that. And then
yeah,
I've told girls who are 17, they're like, I turn 18
yeah.
next year. I'm like, well, next year you can be
You're
a
right.
part. Yeah, I said, but you can come on with the makes on the sidelines and be
Yep.
cool and enjoy, but for now, I have to stick with it and I have to say
Yeah.
no because things do get very open. And to be clear as well, we're not just talking about raunchy things in there all the time, but they're very adult themed. You know, we have talked about motherhood
Yeah.
and childbearing and things
Yeah.
we went through, birth and
Yeah.
things as married women that married women do need to, I believe, talk about
Yeah.
again to know that we're not alone in certain things we struggle with.
Yep.
But a 15-year-old doesn't need to know about that. A
No.
15-year-old to live their blissfully beautiful, ignorant life of knowing those things yet, like I did.
Yeah.
And not meaning stupid, ignorant being it's bliss. Just
Yeah.
don't even worry about that. You live in a magical land of fairy unicorns, and that's good.
Yep.
We live in a magical land of fairies, but they look different. So,
Yes.
and about that. If you know, you
Yeah. And I think a lot of us do. No. Unfortunately, I don't know.
found there's a lot of parallels with moms who crochet, women who crochet. We could just go broader. Women who crochet, and we read a very certain type of book genre. I mean, I'm a part of 3 different book clubs,
Yeah.
mostly compiled of the same people, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
We have one that's literally basically a smut book club
Yeah.
because it's a very micro thing that we, and then we have just a general book club and we, do like 4 books a month. We make a book blanket and thank God we have Melinda's pattern, the Mary Sandra blanket because it's awesome. So
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do next year. We got to pick a new blanket.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. No, I think finding the community, especially through mats. I think like the crochet community was wonderful. And then once I dipped my toe into the mats, like you're hooked. Cause you just, even if you're sitting on the like and just watching the chat.
Yeah.
As it scrolls and breaks your phone.
Gets
You
so
just
hot.
feel it gets so hot. It's ridiculous.
Hot.
Or, this happened to me yesterday when you're reading, when you've scrolled up and you're reading to try to catch up, and then the app drops you to the bottom.
Yeah. You know what my secret for that?
What?
You go ahead and mark your place as a like you could reply to someone, but don't reply to them.
Yeah.
And if it does drop you way to the bottom and you need to go back up, but you don't know where you were, just reply to them, hey, marking my place. And then you can tap their comment after you send it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a professional move right there.
You know.
Otherwise, completely lost. I mean, granted, I skim the chat sometimes, but I do know the topics that are being talked about. And sometimes I just don't need to be a part of the conversation. I finally realized I don't have to be a part of every conversation, like taking care of themselves at this point. But I do like to involve myself every once in a while. I'll try to at least jump in once a day and say, hey, Melly's here and I am reading what you're saying and I'm loving all your makes. And I've just been really busy, but sometimes I'll jump in and converse and gif out and do all the fun stuff, but everybody pretty much is self-sufficient with friendships that have been cultivated, and I don't really have to do it much anymore, but I am there. It's not on autopilot. I do have people who help me, thank God, who with the pictures. Andrea helps me. Allie helps me sometimes. Andrea is the MVP where she opens up that whole group. She gets all the pictures gathered for me. I literally would be so stressed without her. I was doing it without her. And now she just shares the album with me and tells me this is everybody. She has all the tags written down. I don't have to look at the pictures and write all that down. She does it for me. Unpaid position. She's a total intern. I don't pay her a thing except kindness and I love yous, and that's it. And she does it because she offered. And so it's not just me. I literally cannot do these things without A, the community even wanting to do them, and B, having people like Andrea, helping, and then other people in the groups. A question was asked the other day by a newbie because I'm so used to people not being new that I didn't really address, like, can you share during the mat? Can you do this? Can you do this? And you're in the group. And I think Kate jumped up and said, oh, you can do this. You can do this. Yes. Nobody felt like they had to say, oh, well, Melissa can answer that. I love they felt that autonomy to say, oh, I can answer that question. That's because she's an OG now. She can question. And then it saved me from having to go into, and now I did reiterate and pin it to the top and that was fine. But I loved seeing that people knew the information and it wasn't wrong. She got nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Helped me so much in the moment because I didn't see it hours later.
Yeah.
Perfect. So everybody plays a part. I'm not, I joke around and say I'm the boss lady, but I'm not the boss lady. It's just the one that happens to be the loudest. That's all.
No,
Sometimes.
no. Well, there's plenty of loud people, and we
Uh,
love it. I think you mentioned earlier in the mats, and I just love the mats. We all love the mats. You love the mats. The mats
I,
are special. So if you've ever wondered let me say this: if you've ever wondered what a mat is like, and you're intimidated to join, just do it. Because every single one of us, including I'm guessing you, Mel, when you made it,
yeah,
like every single one of us has been like, I have no idea what this is about. I guess I'll sign up
yeah,
and try.
yeah,
Just do it.
yeah.
Just do it, and you'll get it, and
The
you'll
girl,
never leave them.
the girl who was asking that question
Yeah,
actually, I just signed up for
yeah,
something. I didn't know what it was. And at first
yeah,
I was probably should have researched that. I'm like, you know what? You pretty much are going to fit right in.
yes, yeah,
I
yeah,
do I do have a highlight reel or whatever highlight thing on my
yeah,
page as Makeathon FAQs. And I send people over there when they do ask in the posts that I
yeah.
make. Well, this is kind of the breakdown, but just go ahead over here. This is going to be the easiest way for you to get everything. Like, I don't want to push you off, but this is probably the best way for you to get your questions answered. This is why it exists. And sometimes I'll even reshare it to my stories and go, hey guys, if you've never been a part of this, start here and then click through because it's really easy. It's not complicated.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're thinking about doing it and you crochet but you just don't know, but you want to be more involved and make friends, don't be scared. You probably will be scared. It's okay, but everyone's so authentic, and if you don't feel like it's for you, you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings.
No.
It's not for everyone. That's why they're not, and I don't ever do usually more than 60 or 65 people because it gets too out of hand.
Yeah.
Done that, and I I can't ever do it again because I almost had a brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
I literally, and I don't mean to make jokes about aneurysms, but I literally thought my brain was going to fall out of my head. I have never been so in my life. I was very rattled and I was barely holding it together during that particular mat. I will say, though, good thing that came out of it was the benched group. And
Yes.
that has become a catch-all for people who have random questions about pricing and I'm making this. And I'm stunned that that group is still going so
I love
strong.
it so much.
There's probably about 80, 85 people in that group. They're not
Yeah.
all active, but it is literally a catch-all group that I get notifications from every day from that
Every day.
group.
Yep.
And if anything came good, if anything came long lastingly good out of having that many people in a group, because that was a great group. It was the Newathon group. It was the first group of 2025 and it was awesome. And I
Yep.
did the thing where I was like, oh, just one more. Just one more.
Yeah.
I would have y'all, I would just give my pattern to everyone. If I don't know how many times I've been like, here, I want to send you this. And I'm like, Melissa, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Point. People want to support it. You have to stop that. Stop giving things away. But it's who I am. I'd rather just give things to people because I like Christmas. I like gifts. I like
Yeah.
giving people stuff. I like seeing their faces. It's like I don't know if it's a love language for me,
It
giving,
for
but
sure is.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I love seeing people smile. I love sending people random $5 for coffee. It's just, and people do it for me too. And then
Yeah.
I get and I'm like, well, if I feel this way, I want to make someone else feel that way.
Yeah.
Again, going back to kindness, I'm not always the kindest person. I can be snarky. I can be salty. I can have all the things to say. Sometimes it's good that it's always good that I'm married, but it's really good that I have my husband. I can say things to him and he's like, it's cool, babe, because you said it to me and you didn't say it to someone else. It's good.
Yeah.
My filter. Um, what? You're fine. It's my buddy. It's my buddy.
Oh.
He's being a brat. Pay attention to me, Mom.
Yeah. No, the mats are super special. And one of the things that I've loved about them is it's introduced me to new skills.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the first granny square I ever did was Core from Love Knots, her Chunky Daisy blanket. That was the first granny square I'd ever done. And then I was addicted. And then I did the Nauticrawl hexathon. I did that. And I was like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
I feel like a real crocheter now. But I would have probably, I'm not going to say never, but like it would have been a very long time before I touched that side of crochet. without the mats because they're so supportive. That's the other thing about the mats, especially like if you're, I've seen people that have only made blankets or maybe wearables and they're starting to try to do animals and amigurumi. Yeah. And they join these mats and they're like, what am I doing? And it's so supportive.
It is. And I think the general hype of, well, I want to do this with other people. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to make yourself do something on your own. You know, you can sit there all the time, but if you have that deadline and that kind of pressure, that kind of pushes you a little bit like, well, I don't want to let these people down. It's a partnership that you enter into. You know, when we did Hugathon, that was the first super mat. And I am going to do more of those, but we've done like 3 I think now, and one of them is still on standby. Astrid blanket, it's still on
Oh,
standby.
yeah.
Other things came up. I think I was in the middle of wedding season for photography, and I said, guys, I can't focus. I haven't even started mine. I am going to do one. I have a gift idea for somebody, so I'm going to reignite that one. That one's going to get, it's already got the people in it. It'll be,
Yeah.
but it's so supportive when you have people, you know, like I'm not struggling alone in this. I know
Yeah.
that someone is struggling with how to do continuous join as you go, you know, and I have a video on YouTube for that now. And because my blanket is continuous join as you go. And it's just nice because you push each other to finish the
Yeah.
deadline. Times you just kind of pick on each other, like, you're not done yet. Oh my gosh, you know, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
And the camaraderie of it is really what makes it fun. And then to see the end result, to know that you're going to have something that every time I use my Hugo blanket, I think of the group that
Yeah.
I was in. You know, we have the tags that Kayla made for us, and
Yeah.
that's very special forever. I use
Yeah.
that sitting on the edge of my bed right now. I mean, I could
Yeah.
walk right around the corner. It's laying right across the end of my bed.
Yeah.
It's very blanket. And because it was the first super mat, I'm so glad that it was for so
Yeah.
many, but that was beyond, again, blew me away. My beyond expectations, the amount of people
Yeah.
that applied to want to be a part of that. I actually had to pick people for that.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, there were people who didn't get in because I needed to have reasons. And I did read every one of those. I still have them. I mean, some of them were really special. And then we had a Mother's
Yeah.
Day one, and we had Christmas in July,
Yep.
and then Astrid, which hasn't been finished yet. So technically, that's our 4th one that has yet to be finished. And
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a Juliet one.
I was gonna ask. I know you would. I know
We,
as a designer, like
it's
I would
weird,
feel weird,
but
maybe a
people
little
ask,
like icky, but like we are begging you.
yeah, people have asked, and I haven't decided if I should just do it as a 2-week or if I should make it just a fun month-long thing where people can make as many as they want. Maybe I'll do a poll and
Example, yeah,
because I don't know, I could go either way for it.
yeah,
You know, I could do something later in the fall. I'm pretty full, I think, into like October. So it won't be like when it comes out.
yeah,
It's not, I'll be enjoying my birthday and stuff and
yeah.
fixing to go on vacation for my anniversary, which was in May. So yeah. Go film. Oh, I am filming it. I just got a message from Allie. Go film your podcast, you awesome maker, you.
Oh, hi, Allie.
I love her. Allie's she's my girl that sends me
Yeah.
my girls that sends me like stuff all day. And she lives
So,
close to me. I
so
spend
when she came over and you designed, it all kind of flowed through you, the Juliet design. That is the day that we all were notified about the Mellathon. So
what?
she's sitting there with you. She's
Yeah.
sending us pictures and she's like,
No clue.
yeah, it was named Mellathon. And there was, I think, twice where it happened. People, accidentally call.
Yes.
And she was like, oh my God, you guys, like having to like do this with her phone so
I
that
was
you didn't see.
so
Yeah.
in the zone. I had zero
Yeah.
clue. I woke up Monday morning to all of that stuff. And I'm like, I mean, and what's funny is it was one of those mornings that I did not open my Instagram right away. I will do that a lot of times. I'll wait. I won't open it till like 10 o'clock because I know that once I do, I've entered the octagon and it's like, oh my gosh, I have to be all in or nothing at this point.
Yeah.
Waiting. I was going to get some work done. I think I slept till like 8:30 that day. It was just one of those mornings.
We were all like, oh my gosh, you guys.
Is she awake? Is she awake? Is she awake? And I had Erin,
Where's the green dot? Has it happened?
Caroline Stitch. She was messaging me, Mel, you should probably go open Instagram. And then Allie was like, Mel, I don't want to rush you, but grab a cup of coffee and go sit down. What?
And tissues. Yeah.
getting all these little messages. And then, yeah, I opened it up and I kid you not, I set my phone down. And this happens kind of every morning because people tag me and stuff. So it
Yeah.
shows up, so I don't have all these personal messages, but I have a lot from the mats where people tag me. So it takes a long time for it to all load.
Yeah.
And every single one, I start at the bottom and I work my way up every day. So I open it and I set it to the side and I just watch it rotate and I watch the messages go zoop, 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 zoop. It's very entertaining. That day, it took 2 minutes, I think, for all of my messages to populate and load.
Yeah.
I started getting teary because I realized I think I first went to our daily group of girls
Yeah.
and I looked and they had talked about me and I'm looking at it, I'm going, what did y'all do? What did you do? I was oblivious. And at Christmas, you weren't in it yet,
I don't think
but
so.
near Christmas time, they did something similar for
Yeah.
me, but not quite the same. It was a book that Lily put together, a Canva
Oh,
that she sent to me. And it
oh
was
my gosh.
why we're thankful for the mats. And it was extremely special. So twice now, the community has done something like that for me. And I don't think I've ever felt that special with even real people in my life. And I don't mean that meanly. It's just, this is above and beyond. That speaks volumes about this community, that people are so real and so genuine and so loving. And yeah, waking up that day. And I think I spent a full hour to an hour and a half just reading, and I shared every single one of them. I didn't care that my stories were flooded. Everyone who took time to read it deserved to know that I appreciated it so much that I wanted to reshare it. I didn't care because at first I was like, oh, I'm resharing these and it's making it all about me. And it's like, well, they wrote it and tagged me in it for a
Yeah.
reason. I reshare it. Plus, it gets somebody else's name out there. I know that's not why they did it, but for me, every time I reshare something, I don't do it every day. I actually tell people in the mats, listen, I'm not going to share stuff every single day, or I lose who I am on my
Yeah.
page. Like today is one of those days that I'll probably share everything that I'm tagged in, because then tomorrow I'll be like, cool, I'm going to take a break.
Yeah.
It's like, let it die down.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the day that y'all were notified, but she did tell me later. She was lying to me too. She told me it was a group, like a youth group from church. She used youth group at church as her scapegoat. Like, man,
I didn't know that. That's hilarious.
forgives you for doing lie. And then I know we've got something going on for my birthday, but I 100% have no idea. Like, all who's coming, I don't know. That's wild to me too. I can't believe people would even travel to come and see me. I don't get it. I'm an only child. I don't have siblings that I've ever been like close to. I've always adopted people as my family.
Yep.
And I've never had people really like want to do something at this level for me. So it's very humbling and makes me feel very special. And I'm just rolling with it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So
Yeah. We've got a lot of love for you, and I think it's because you love us so much. And I think, like, I mean, that shines. It really does. And the mats are a reflection of you, first of all. Let me lay that out there as the foundation for what I'm going to add to. The mats are a reflection of you, and they're such a relief to join because, like, in society today, we are all so, and it goes back to the like copying too. We're all so quick and encouraged to like divide ourselves and to
Mhm.
find the negative and to find a reason that you like might not like somebody.
Right.
And so then we become so defensive.
Mhm.
Um or like, well, we're just coming off of, well, we're still in hot political times, but like, the election and stuff, that wasn't too long ago. And the world was just on fire. And,
Yeah.
if you learned somebody was a certain political affiliation, then like
Can't talk to,
yeah,
but why?
like,
No,
right.
you got to find commonalities.
Yeah.
And I mean, that can be with anything. That can be with religion, whether you're a different religious affiliation or whatever. Like, what is your core?
Yeah.
What are you for? Okay, we don't agree on all of this, but what are you at your core?
Yeah.
Are just wanting to profess the love of Jesus. Okay, cool. Can we at least agree on that?
Yeah.
We further than that, but can we at least like have a base level of understanding for each other? Politically wise, we're so not getting into that, but like, can we agree that we do have our own reasons for why we want the world to be a better place?
Yes. And the
Whether
commonality there is we want it to be better.
the desire is the same, whether we voted for the
Right.
same person or not.
Yep.
And hey, to not agree on it, and we need to get past that.
Yeah.
There are definitely some things that moral compass, core beliefs are going to be challenged. But I truly do believe that you can show love to people whether you agree or accept who or how they are or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's who they support, what they support, whatever it is. I do believe that you can show the love of God without saying, hey, I totally 100% am okay and accept and believe in what you believe. You don't have to.
Yeah.
We're not all going to believe the same things.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
If we're struggling, if that's what we're trying to strive for, yeah, it'd be great. It'd be awesome if we all had that cohesiveness. It'd be beautiful, but it's probably not going to happen. So what can we do instead of that? Can
Yeah.
we just agree that even on the basis level in this community specifically, well, we like playing with yarn and we all love hanging with each other and we love sending fun messages, and it doesn't have to be serious all the time.
Yeah.
Life doesn't have to be always about serious issues. You
Right.
can profess who you are. You can say who you are without everyone saying, oh yeah, I totally agree with you. No, that's fine. Cool. You said something in a group. I may or may not agree with it, but it didn't hurt anybody.
Right.
You do you, boo. Like,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
I
Everything
agree. And
argument.
it's reminded me seeing other people interact.
Yeah.
It's reminded me that like as a society, what we need more and what these mats facilitate is the ability to get to know somebody first
Yes.
and get to love them for
Yeah.
who they are. And then if you learn something that is slightly off-putting for whatever reason,
Yeah.
right?
Personal
You
beliefs.
yeah, you think about it differently because you know that person.
Yeah. You know that they're a good person. You
Yeah.
just may not agree with something that they've decided to do in their life. But
Right.
that's
So in this like world of social media where you're like block or delete, unfriend so
Yeah.
quickly,
Yeah.
we're not doing that anymore in this little community that everybody's welcome to unless you're mean.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome to. And it's so refreshing.
Absolutely. I agree. Like I said, I've never had a case where I had to say, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to let this person like know that they can't be a part of this anymore." I've never had to do that.
Yeah.
And a freaking good track record considering the amount of megathons that have been
Yeah.
done. I mean, it's kind of mind-blowing, honestly, and that's a testament to people knowing how to act right and really getting the reason, like you said, behind what it's all about.
Yeah.
So,
Which one is because of you, right? You facilitated this, you started this, you led in that. And then the people that came to you either adopted that or
yeah.
were reminded of that and
Yeah.
now they lead with that, right? So it's just this spiral of wonderfulness and community. I can recall one like thing and I don't really even remember what it was about.
I even either. Yeah.
But I just remember there was some back and forth where we were like, ugh.
But if
But it was
I
approached with such kindness.
don't
And then
remember.
that person was able to reflect.
Hmm.
And you could tell, because, there's always well, I'm backing down, I'm giving up. And then like, well, right. And I actually don't even remember who it is.
I don't. I
That's
think
a testament to like how this occurred
right.
too.
I
It's like,
know, like in general, what you mean, but I feel like if you jump in and you redirect the conversation, which is
yeah,
why everything that goes on in the groups, you can redirect it,
yeah,
kind of nip it in the bud, and come in with a better perspective, and usually that'll turn it around. Or
yeah,
I think there was even one time where I had to just say, "Hey guys, the direction of the conversation is actually going in a place that we
right.
probably stop. It's getting a
Yeah,
little bit too potentially confrontational.
yeah,
Let's bring it back around. Everybody take a step back. And if you need to have that conversation, take it to a private chat and go
right.
ahead and conversation, but let's not rile everyone up." It's
Yeah,
very way of putting it. And usually people, I don't even know if I ever had to go that far. I do remember a time where I had to just kind of like redirect the focus a little bit and it just kind of fizzled out,
Yeah.
but it's very rare. I think
Yeah.
there's been something mats or something and it's
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. So full of Matt love, full of Melly love. Yeah. Full of it. And
And Mel,
can't wait for a
very
Juliet
excited.
Matt and
He's
all the other things you have up your sleeve. It's so fun to see the announcements come up because there's so many different directions it could go and you
oh
never
yeah.
know like who's going to be the next collaborator or what's the next theme. Like you never
I don't
know. It's
know.
so exciting.
Sometimes I figure it out like the week of. If it's not a
Yeah.
collab and it's a theme, I'm like, I don't know what to do this week.
Yeah.
I'll start looking around like, what am I into making right now?
Yeah.
Just
It's
like,
so fun though. It's so
let's
fun to do it like that.
I don't know. It'll be something and likely things like that. We're getting into the holiday season though in the next couple of months, in the Burr months. So
Yep.
that's a little bit easier to work with. So we'll probably have some repeats from last year. I know I need to do a whip-a-thon again because just for my
Oh
own sake.
yeah.
And we may do a repeat newathon at the beginning of the year because that was really fun.
It was so fun. Especially because there's always a lull of patterns coming out in the summer. And then they like pick now. Now it's starting. They pick right back up. And so people buy all these patterns. And then the New Year's comes along and we're like, I made so much for markets and stuff. And I think that should be an annual one. I loved it. Maybe not the 90 people.
Sorry, guys, that's not happening again. Okay, no brain melting for Melly.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be a no from me, dog.
Yes.
We gonna skip it.
Yeah.
Maybe 70 will be my cap for that one if there's a huge reception to it. But yeah, the announcement reel for that one has over 20,000 views. It's the announcement. I'm like, that's unfair because it's not that's even relevant anymore.
Right.
I don't know why it got. I think it just got because people were off work and were ready to get back into making things after Christmas. They got a lot of love, and I think it made it to the Explore page, and somehow it blew up. You never know.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, it's a fun one because you spend so much time with the holidays, like making market makes and themed makes and gifts.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I still want to crochet something. And it's an opportunity to just be creative again,
and telling you, hey, do this. You don't have to figure it out on your own. It's me jumping in and saying, instead of someone saying, I don't know what to make this week. Well, here you go. I've got something for you to make this week. And I think that's why I like that so much too, is they're told, we're going to make this week.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I didn't have anything to do this week, or I did have something to do, but I was feeling stagnant in my creativity. But now we're going to make this, or now, I didn't even know this designer. I didn't have this designer's patterns, or I had this many, but I'd never seen this one before. Like it either gives refreshment to you, refreshment to the designer. Yeah, they do, but I don't give it that much forethought. I really don't. It's usually what I'm interested in doing, or what a core group of girls and I have been talking about, or something that maybe is a new make coming up, or a designer's got some things coming out. I'm like, cool, I want to support you. And that's good timing. So let's do a mat to celebrate that. I've done make-a-thons with Teeny twice. I think she's not the only one. I did one with Stitch Sister Co. Again, I've done technically 3. One was a 2-parter because we had to double it because there was so much reception to it that I had to add another week, which was crazy. But then we are going to do another Scrappy-thon.
Awesome. I missed one.
I don't know the exact date, but we will do another one. Hopefully in the fall is what we're looking at. We just got to figure out timing for the both of us on that, but we are going to do one. And yeah, there will be a Juliet-a-thon, or whatever we're going to call it. I just don't know when, and I don't know what, and that's going to feel weird. And I'll probably just make a really awkward reel where I put like a paper bag over my head and be like, cool, asked for it, but I didn't want to, but I'm going to do it. And I just put a paper bag over my head, like, just sign up below. I don't know. Do it. That literally will probably be the reel. You watch. Just have,
Well, now you have to do it that way. And we'll all know. And it'll be so exciting.
I probably will.
Yeah.
Just anything to keep the attention off of me. Like,
and I can see it already. You're going to be tempted to like massively discount your pattern. Please don't.
I'm not. I've already been told not to. I promise I'm not. I am going to discount it because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
But not be 40% off for my 40th birthday, but I will have a small discount on it as a celebratory thing as first pattern and all that. But no, I will not massively discount it. The mat will get a discount, but again, it's not going to be like 50% off the pattern. I mean, that's
Good.
what I do, but I know that's not what I should do. But it will be higher, as I always tell designers, make it higher than your largest Etsy discount.
Yeah.
That's what I suggest for mat discounts. Make it
Yeah.
higher than would your largest Etsy discount, and usually, it ends up being 5% more than that or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll
Good.
be good. I'll receive it. It's fine. But yeah, don't wait to buy it. If you're waiting for a massive thing for the mat, it's not going to be like crazy. Okay. Like I know that I'm nice and everything, but I still am trying to make this like partly a livelihood, or
Yes.
maybe not have to work in my photography as much. So yeah, this is, I'm trying to be at home more with my kid.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah. Work at home,
Yep.
yeah, well, but you're on site for your photography. Well, Mel, we're gonna have to have you on again because I
Yeah.
know there's a lot we didn't get to today,
Told you, chatty, chatty, chatty. It's been almost
both
2
you
hours.
and I. And I know people love to listen to you, especially in the long format, and they're gonna wanna learn more about you. So we'll have you on again. It was lovely, lovely to have you on today.
Thank
And
you.
one
Jane.
more thing about the mats,
Yeah.
because I think we are all so passionate about it. I think it can come off potentially as a little clicky, or especially because we're always like
Right.
Chet and Shay and, all these nicknames and
There's
name
no,
dropping. Like, it's not like that.
no.
Please join.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
is such an open,
You
receiving community.
you will automatically realize, and I have literally had testimonies to this inside of mats where people were new. They within 5 minutes will drop a GIF that says, "I found my people,"
Yes.
or "I think I'm in the right place," or they're like
Yes.
scared, but they're already sending the gifts because that's
Yeah,
our language, right?
it is.
He's
And
so
that's what she said jokes.
And that's what she said jokes, all the office and everything. Like it is immediately like you feel welcome. I feel
Yes.
like all of my OG girls in there immediately make people feel welcome.
Yep.
We separate you out as, oh, you're new and you have to catch up. No, you better just jump in and get on the jet ski and ride the wave,
Yep.
because that's what it's about. And we don't coddle anyone in there because they're new and we need to go easy. No, just get in there.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Like, be prepared to make friends. If you want to be a little less silent and you just want to kind of do the challenge, that's okay too. Just follow along. You don't
Yeah.
have to converse,
Right.
but don't be scared or think that, well, we're going to look at you like you're new over here. And oh, we don't want to talk. You can't sit with us. This is not Mean Girls. Okay. I don't know what the opposite equivalent of that would be, but this is not Mean Girls. You can totally sit with us. Like,
Yes.
you're
Please
going to
sit with us.
just be a little crazy is all we ask, and enjoy yourself and make
Yeah.
the make be authentic. If you have some kind of like off color funny joke to make, like that's what she said. I mean, it's kind of made apparent in the first evening. Oh, I see what these people are about. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Lots of sarcasm, lots
of
of lovely poking
Yeah.
fun.
Exactly. There
Yeah.
are people that I won't send certain things to. I have to stop myself because I'm like, oh, wait, they don't know me like that just yet. And they might take it like, oh, she said that to me. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that was totally meant as a joke. Sometimes I'll send a penguin from Madagascar. That was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I'll send the gift that says that was a joke
Yeah.
in case I land. Like, I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
somebody have my back.
Yeah.
Help. Help.
I've even seen people add it for you if it's like a fast chat. I've seen
Yeah.
people like jump in for you.
It was a joke. Melissa's kid doesn't
Yeah.
mean it.
Yeah. Or if it's I think, who was it? Maybe Lily from Fiber Lily in one of my first ones.
Oh my
I
God.
saw like you guys going back and forth, and then she jumped in with, "Hey, if you don't know,
We don't.
we love each other. This is what we do."
This is literally, yeah, we actually like to punk people though. We will jump in and sometimes we'll just let it go. We'll be talking on our own and our
Yeah.
own little, do you think they think we hate each other yet? This is so good. So yeah, there are a couple of people that I'll be on that familiar plane with, and I'll just let it roll.
Yep.
And eventually I'll go, by the way, I actually love this person.
Yeah.
Really tight with her and have known her for months, and we have this as our second language. So
Yeah.
if you're enjoying that or cringing a little, breathe a sigh of relief because it's over now. It's
Know
fine.
that that other person's probably peeing their pants. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, people are like, "Oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
What are we
Yeah.
watching? But I
Right.
can't play." Like, "You're welcome," and we'll go, "And scene."
Yeah.
I'll be like, "You're welcome for the entertainment. We're gonna go to bed now. Y'all have a good night." Yeah,
Yep.
I'll be
Yes. So
so.
please
But thank
sit with us. Come into the mats.
yeah,
You don't know what you're doing and come in. Like, just
fine.
come in.
I don't know what I'm doing half the time anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that could probably be like the tagline of a
Yeah.
mat.
Well,
None of
I
us know.
and so we're all mad here. I usually send the Cheshire Cat in there
Yeah.
at beginning, like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is crazy." And I go, "Well, we're all mad here, so it's fine." And
Yep.
that usually sets the tone
Yeah.
of people. Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool. No judgment zone. Got it.
Yep.
It's like, that's it. And it's very much different than any group I've ever been in. I've been in a lot of make groups and they've been fine and great and
Yep.
enjoyable. But there's a very specific recipe that falls into whatever makes a mat. And I don't know, I didn't create the recipe. I
Yeah.
just created the base, and everybody else is honestly the people or the recipe. The people who've come together and all the different attitudes and fun and, sassiness, and
Yeah.
it is really what's done it. So
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
I
so glad you had me on. I appreciate you so
Yeah.
much. This is fun.
Yes, it was fun to chat. And if people want to find you, either
Mhm.
for crochet or your photography, where can they find you?
Photography is Melissa Wilson Photography, all smooshed together. Let's see. And it's Melissa made that, and in between, Melissa underscore made underscore that. So, yep, that's me.
Yes.
Come
Awesome. And I'll put that in the show notes so they can easily find you. But everybody knows you anyways. So, or they've seen your name and now they'll be able to connect it and be like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's who that chica is. Okay, okay, all right, I see. Crazy, yeah, yeah. Come for the yarn. Come for the make. Stay for the crazy.
yes.
That's pretty much it. There's my tagline.
Thanks for listening to the Young Granny Show. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share with your fellow old souls. Until next time, keep embracing your inner granny.